Hi everybody, my name is Deborah Kunish. I'm the creator of the Reflections on the Dance website, reflectionsonthedance.com. I am also the co-creator and co-producer of a brand new, exciting tribute show to Michael Jackson called I'm Bad. This will soon be hitting your city, and so be on the lookout for it. It's going to be a great show, amazing, really cool. It's going to set the bar for tribute shows, so you're going to want to come and see. Today we are speaking with Jack Failla, who is our director for the show, and he's going to share a little bit about the show and his involvement in it. Jack has a very impressive list of credentials. He has worked with Siegfried and Roy, Suzanne Summers, Billy Ray Cyrus, Dolly Parton. He was in the movie Staying Alive, and many, many more credentials that he has. So we're really, really excited to have him on board and as part of our creative team. So listen in as Jack tells you a little bit about himself and about the show, and come out and see us as soon as we come to your city. Thank you.
Hello, Debbie.
Hi, Jack. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. Are you ready to go, or do you need a few minutes? Or
Oh, no, I'm good.
okay. I was gonna start out by asking you what you're most excited about in regards to directing the I'm Bad show.
Well, what I'm most excited about in regards to directing the I'm Bad show is that TJ really wants to go big.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to do smaller venues, and you can twist and maneuver, and as it's ongoing, you can constantly make it a little better and a little better.
Sure.
But when you're going big, you really want to nail it from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have someone's vision, like TJ's, and with his talent, I think that that journey in itself is going to be fun,
mm-hmm.
rewarding. It's got a lot of meaning behind it, and
right.
it's very rare that you have someone's vision going larger as opposed to smaller.
Mm-hmm. True, I agree. And for one thing, we're really grateful and thrilled to have you on board. Would you be willing to share some of your previous accomplishments and projects, because you have a lot of past accomplishments?
Well, I appreciate that. It's my passion, and your only hope is as you get older, you get more accomplished. But yes, I would love to, actually. It was in early 80s, mid 80s, I think. I spent 5 years in South Africa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Working with the indigenous natives there, as well as the Afrikaans. And what was the most rewarding was not only did I have 2 or 3 shows running at that time throughout Africa, but I was able to cross the color barrier line. And I actually picked a black artist from Maputo.
Mm-hmm.
It was Lorenzo Marx from Mozambique. And we actually did a TV program where I was the only white person that ever picked up a black girl, and had close contact with her, and we were scantily dressed and
mm-hmm.
quite scandalous. But it was an important role for me to play. I was over there as an ambassador, not just as a dancer. And I've always taken that role on, knowing that, be careful how you approach things, because you don't know who you're going to inspire.
Right.
And so, yeah, and then later on, I remember in the early 90s, actually, I was, one of my dreams was to choreograph the Lido in Paris,
mm-hmm.
For all sorts of reasons, because of the fact that that's my genre of production,
mm-hmm.
and it's the biggest show in Europe. And lo and behold, about 10 years later, along with Mick Thompson, who I'm thrilled about being his partner on this project,
mm-hmm.
we were both contracted to choreograph and direct the Lido in Paris.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
wow.
full circle.
Yeah.
You know.
And now you also you had a part in you were involved with the movie Staying Alive, am I right?
Yes, absolutely. That was also an accomplishment. At that time in Los Angeles, there must have been 500 to 1,000 people on that call. Okay. It was a cattle call that I've never seen before. Lines around the corner.
Oh my goodness.
Through alleyways. And you were just a number. You know, you just got slapped with a number on your back. So, and so you felt a little out of the water. You didn't really know if anyone was really looking at you because you just had no idea. It was just so overwhelming. And then, sure enough, when they started calling out the numbers, they called my name. And when I stepped forward, you know, being just one of the cast members, and that's basically I was in the heaven and hell scene towards the end, and I was up on the scaffold on the right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it was, but it was, you had to be there at that time because it was a unique period of time in Los Angeles, and to get that role was a personal accomplishment more than anything.
Sure.
Very, very exciting.
Yeah, I loved that movie. That was I used to watch all kinds of dance movies. And I loved that movie. It was just such a, just anything that was inspiring like that with dance.
Right. Well, and a lot of people don't know this, but Sylvester Stallone directed that.
Oh,
and
okay.
So you had John Travolta and Sylvester Stallone right smack in front of you every day on that shoot. And,
wow.
I mean, two icons in this business.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And very exciting. Very exciting,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and so when you're looking at all of your past accomplishments and kind of where this show is going, what are you hoping to bring to this production?
Well, what I hope to bring to this production is my theatrics.
Okay.
A lot of people stick to one genre and one genre only, meaning if you're a pop artist, you stay in the pop world, and you stay within the limits of the pop world. And after talking with TJ, our vision is shared as far as making this a huge theatric production where it is also a journey, and it gets you in and out, and there's mood quality, and the lighting and the sound of that particular song is not just an MTV, VHI, or VH1, standard dance number. It has so much more meaning behind it.
Right. And
I think that the theater world can do that for this production, and since that's pretty much where I lay myself as a strong director, I think that this will help this production quite a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And what would you like the public, as well as Michael Jackson fans, to know about this show? What can they look forward to? Well, I know you just went into that a little bit with the theatrics.
Yes.
So you probably already answered my question there.
Well, actually not, because I haven't talked about TJ, and I better let the world know that, I have seen hundreds of Michael Jackson impersonators.
Okay.
And that's what they do. They impersonate. Where TJ is a different story. He's got something about him that uniquely brings Michael Jackson to the stage. You actually look like, when you're watching Michael Jackson, you actually are looking at a person that is so identical to him in so many ways, and he follows his beliefs as well on the stage, not just what he can bring to that 3-minute dance number or that 2-minute vocal, but he embellishes everything about Michael Jackson, and it's very exciting, and he wants to bring integrity and dignity to the Michael Jackson fans,
right,
to allow them to know that this is no joke, that he's for real, and he wants to carry on his legacy.
Yeah, excellent points. And you also, if I'm not mistaken, you had the opportunity to meet Michael. Is that correct? I
did, yes. I had done a show for Siegfried and Roy. Do you remember Siegfried?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's just, the younger generation goes who, but yeah, Siegfried and Roy, he had written the finale piece of music for them, and at that time, Michael had never written any music for any Las Vegas show.
Oh, okay.
So this was very, very big and exciting. And Michael, being the person that he was never going to just give it to somebody and let it just be. He had to be there, and he had to see what they were going to do with his song and give it, again, the integrity that it needs. And so he was there quite often. And what I found about Michael that was very, very exciting was that here was this man who could play to 50,000 people or more. And you're sitting right in front of you. He was the most humble, sweet, soft-spoken, lovely man I have ever met. And nothing less than that. He really was absolutely genuine. He would say, excuse me, thank you, and, and it was just mind-boggling that I had this man in front of me that when he walked onto the stage with that much swagger and, controlled the entire room no matter how big it was.
Right.
And yet could sit there with a jacket on and a hat over his head and be so humble. It was just very, very, very nice to see that.
Yeah.
You don't really get that too often in this business, let alone somebody that has a legacy like that.
Right, true. And every person I've spoken to that got, had the opportunity to meet Michael, everybody says this, something so similar. And I'm just, I just think that that's pretty amazing too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy for them to be anything but that,
Right.
But he tended to always be himself. He never shied away from being himself. And a lot of people don't know that about him. They think that this man could have that ego and can use it and manipulate it. And he wasn't like that at all. Absolutely not.
Yeah. I'm really glad you brought that up because I think that's really important for people to know.
Yes.
Yeah. And was there anything else that you wanted to add?
Just that I'm very excited about this show.
Okay.
I'm very excited, and I can't wait for people to see it and look for it in your city. I'm sure it's going to be in your city at some point, and that go and give TJ that chance because I think that he's going to bring a lot to the table, and I think that this show is going to rock.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. And we're grateful, we're really grateful to have you on board too. So this is going to be amazing, and I can't wait either for the fans to see it.
Oh, thank you. I think it's a very exciting project, and I'm looking forward to it as well.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely, Debbie, and you take care of yourself.
Okay, you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.